Bill Clinton campaigning for Hillary, is he a strength? Is he a liability? How do you see it today?
Well, I think Bill Clinton's a strength no matter how you cut it. I think when you go into the general election on get out the vote between Barack Obama and Bill Clinton, two of the most popular people in the country.
I agree. He's loved.
Okay, are you kidding me? I think having them help with
that speech that he gave in 2012 for President Obama
was a game changer. I think having the two of them get out the vote is going to be obviously incredibly important for the secretary.
The most interesting thing that I learned today is that it's conceivable that the Democrat nominee for president is going to be in a general election taking money from Wall Street, and the Republican nominee likely will not.
You left out the FBI investigation. That's true.
Well, listen, we have a bunch of months ready to go before there's a general, so I think it will be very interesting what happens. And I love how everyone labels Wall Street, you know. Wall Street's...
Who is Wall Street?
Right, exactly.
Anthony.
I mean, you know, people say, well, my God, Soros gave money. Well, Soros isn't a Wall Street guy. Soros is a philanthropist, okay? He's the largest, you know, donator to human rights and things like that. So I don't think he's worried about where regulation is. I mean, so I think when everyone defines Wall Street, let's be honest, I don't like to be labeled. I don't think anyone else likes to be labeled.
It's amazing that this still plays.
And right. Politicians demonize Wall Street.
Exactly.
And so does parts of the media.
I feel like it's amazing to me that this still plays. I mean, the people really still want to hear this division. Wall Street, you're evil. Main Street, you know, it's their fault.
Listen, the narrative that Wall Street was the main perpetrator of the last crisis is the winning narrative.
It's because the economy is still in the shape that it's in.
Yeah.
People are still underemployed. Yeah. If the economy was good and people were fully employed, you wouldn't have Bernie Sanders. The reason why Hillary Clinton is having this problem with Bernie Sanders is because of the failed economic policy for 7 years of Barack Obama.
It's also a nation of people trying to blame their own problems on somebody else and the lack of personal responsibility, which is a shame.
A couple things. Failed economic policy. We could debate that another time. Because I was there at the Lehman weekend. I think where we are versus then, come on. Secondly, we're talking about a primary. The primary right now, people go far left and far right. When you come to the general,
that's true.
it's about who wins the swing states.
Yeah.
And when you win the swing states, you end up going center left or center right because you can't win Ohio and you cannot win Michigan and you cannot win Florida, okay, if you're talking about populist rhetoric, far left or far right.
So what you're saying is this is all politics right now.
What I'm saying, we're in a primary, and this won't be the same narrative when we hit the general. It just won't be. We're going to be talking about the economy and about foreign policy.
Who's the vice
Will Donald Trump be talking about that too?
You know, Donald Trump, I don't know, you know, it will be very interesting what he's talking about. But
go ahead,
the question I heard this morning...
Who's going to be the vice presidential nominee for for candidate Clinton?
You know, I think it's going to be all predicated on who she's going against and who that vice president will be. I mean, you know, certainly names that are mentioned are people like Tim Kaine and Castro, but, you know, there's a lot of people out there. I would have no idea. I'd be just throwing in.
Is Robert Wolf in the ring?
Zero chance.
Bloomberg, what about a cabinet? What about a cabinet position? I mean,
zero chance on that too. Don't worry. That's why I'm a good helper.
I'm trying to get an invite to one of these White House parties.
But hear me out here for a second, because you know Larry Fink has wanted to be Treasury Secretary for a long time.
Yeah.
Would she choose Larry Fink even if he's associated with Wall Street?
You know, I think Larry Fink would be a great candidate because he's the one that actually is putting this whole short-termism to the forefront and what he wrote to the Fortune 500 companies.
Elizabeth Warren's not going to let that happen.
He's a terrific guy. He would be a great nominee for either party, let's just face it.
Yeah, it's true. Robert Wolf, good to see you, sir.
Great to see you all.
Thanks so much. Robert Wolf there. We'll